What's up, y'all? So I saw a post on Threads earlier, and the girl was like, "Do I really have to give up alcohol to get a flat belly?" And that post is what influenced what I'm about to say. Everybody, first, let me just say this. This is like a really common way of thinking, especially for people who are trying to accomplish a fitness goal, whether it's lose weight, lose belly fat, tone up, build muscle. It's a very popular way of thinking. But what I want to bring to your attention, number one, when you're trying to become something, you have to become the person for it. That's the first thing that you have to understand and program into your mind. It's not the thing that you're getting. It's the person that you have to work on. So when you are, for example, again, no judgment, but I'm giving you a perspective here. When you have become chronically tired all the time, stressed all the time, eating poorly, lack of movement and exercise, overweight, losing muscle. I touch on all these things because they're all part of health. Health is not a scale number. It's habits and patterns. But when you do these things consistently over time, you have created patterns. You've created habits. You've created routines repeatedly over time. They've allowed you to become who you currently are. So are you with me on that part? What you've done, the cycles, they have created the person today. Now you have goals, you have wishes, you have aspirations. But now you have to work on the person, unlearn, relearn, create, sacrifice. That word is very important because you have a lot of people, this person who made this post, you have a lot of people who want new things with their old life. And it does not work that way. You have to dead your old self and bring to life your new self. That's how this works. And a lot of people, they discover once they start doing it, it's hard. Yes, it's very hard. This is why, it's especially why you should be asking for someone to help you. Because trying to do it on your own is not impossible, but it's extremely hard. But they discover that it's really hard, and they are not willing to give up certain things. And I've even had some people say to me, they say, Brandon, this feels like restriction. Restriction is not a bad thing. You have to restrict yourself. When you were a kid and your parents created a bedtime for you, they were restricting you from staying up late. But they knew what was best for you because it was going to translate to better rest. It was going to translate to better focus in school the next day, more energy, less stress. Sometimes the restriction looks like something negative, but that's really us creating that. You have to focus on what it translates to and what it creates and who it creates. Going back to the becoming part. It's not what you get, it's who you become. So restriction is a word that people demonize on their own. You need some restriction. They're also called boundaries. They're also called standards. So your old standards, those got to go out the window. You got to create some new ones. Now, if somebody who's working on themselves and who's in the health conscious arena, if their standards bug you and trigger you, that's telling. You got to ask yourself, why does that upset you? Because it shouldn't. So getting back to my original point, you can't bring your old life with you. You're sabotaging yourself when you do that. You can't bring your old habits with you. You have to create standards and boundaries around how you socialize. This is a big one because a lot of people have individuals in their life that they call friends. But the only thing that they have in common with them are poor habits that has enabled them and helped them become the unhealthy minded person that they are. This is just, listen, it's a harsh truth, but truth sets you free. And discipline has to come from standards, boundaries, but also systems. You cannot become a more disciplined person trying to willpower everything. It doesn't work. You need a system. So if you want to create a better, a healthier life for yourself, you're going to have to create a new person. That's what it comes down to. So what I want to say is stop negotiating. That person who created that post, it's a telling sign. When you say you want to be better, but then you start reverting back. Can I do this? Well, can I still eat this? Can I still drink this? And there you go. You're going backwards. You got to shift forward. You're going to have to sacrifice some things. You're going to have to give up some things. And if you know deep down that you want to be better, you need to sit with, why am I negotiating these things still? That's a really good question to confront with yourself. Why are you still trying to negotiate alcohol? Why are you still trying to eat out every single weekend? Why are you still trying to go here, still trying to go there all of the time? Ask yourself why. If you don't know why you got to where you are, if you don't know why you gained weight, if you don't know why you're always tired, if you don't know why you're always stressed, if you don't know why you get agitated and irritated so easily, if you don't know why you don't want to cook your own meals and meal prep your own meals and eat from home, if you don't know the why behind the cause and the outcome, even if you have short-term success, if you don't study the why and the root cause, you're always going to revert back, because once you discover why, now you can replace. It's like a person who says, I don't eat fast food anymore. What have you replaced it with? And why did you used to eat fast food? But figure out why first. So now you know how to strategically replace it. You can't replace something that you don't know why you used it. So negotiating. Let's stop negotiating. Let's stop trying to bring our old life with us. Let's stop trying to bring everyone with us. That's another thing we have to be at peace with. Everyone cannot come. There's going to be some people that don't make it to the next chapter in your life that God sees as a threat to his will for you. If it is in God's will, listen, my belief is that it's in God's will for people to be healthy. Only if they want to, though. They have to be obedient. They have to stop disobeying him in his suggestions. I don't want to say commands, because people make it seem like God is trying to make them do something. You still have free will. He's going to lend you wise suggestions. But stop thinking that everybody can join the party. They cannot, because everyone's not ready to elevate to the place that you're trying to go. And you better believe the enemy is going to operate through them to try to restrict you, prevent you from going there. This is where those distractions come in. This is where those temptations, those cravings, those invitations to places that don't align. You know when you go to those places that you cut up. You know you do. You know when you go there, trouble happens. You know you overeat when you go there. You know you overdrink when you go there. You know that the next day you wake up and you're tired, and Monday comes and the cycle repeats itself again. Now you're mad again. It's insanity. Some people got to be let go. Some people require a conversation. We don't got to cut everyone out. Discernment is going to dictate who should stay and who shouldn't. This is why it's important to keep a connection with God, because he's going to let you know. Because some people, he might ask you to become something for that person. That's another thing we don't realize, is that our calling is not just about us. Our calling and where God is trying to bring us to in our health is going to help someone else. It's never just about us. And right now you're making it all just about you. Why can't I? Why can't I do this? Well, can I still do this? Can I go here? You're thinking about yourself. Think about things and people outside of yourself. Think about your spouse. Because if you continue in this manner, you might get sick and they might have to take care of you one day. And that's where the selfishness comes in. Think about your kids. They deserve the best version of you. They don't deserve this person who's always making excuses, always trying to revert back to old ways, bring their old life along with them. They deserve the potential and highest version of you. Repay them by not quitting, by relearning, by unlearning, by sticking with it. Don't just work hard, create systems, create strategies. You can't just willpower through this. You're going to have to be strategic, because the enemy is intelligent and he does not want to see you healthy. Let's stop the negotiating and let's create new healthy boundaries and standards. It's time to grow.